Hi, everyone, and welcome to English 410 Technical Writing for summer 2025. In this video, I just want to go over your syllabus. You can likely kind of just go over it on your own as well. There is a kind of distinct learning assessment section that I wanted to go over, but I'll cover the whole thing here in this video. So I'll share it up on the screen. Um, yeah, this is just our heading and our table of contents. A little bit about me. Right now, I'm between offices at the university, so our student hours are going to have to be by appointment, and we have an extra N in here because my cat was walking on the keyboard a second ago. Yeah, I'm between offices, so all student hours will be by appointment. I can do them on Zoom. I know it's an asynchronous online class, so that's probably preferable for most of you. But if you are here in Newark or if you're on campus, I am right by campus pretty much all day, every day. So feel free to reach out by email. It's just there for you, and we can get together in whatever way is best for you. Again, just a little bit about me. My research is in really in technical and professional communication is what we call the field. I like to study the non-academic kinds of writing that happen in academic workplaces, with an especial focus on syllabi and how they're a really interesting piece of technical writing. And so that's the dissertation I'll be finishing up this summer and in the background while we work together, and we'll use it for some learning in this course as well. Here's a description, kind of just goes over a general outline of the course. We'll think about ourselves as writers and producers of technical writing. We'll think about audience analysis and how we write for different kinds of people. Then we'll get into some trends in technical writing right now. There's some concepts like the social justice turn, spatial orientations, and hip hop pedagogy that can make for some really interesting assignments in class. A couple of those will hopefully be kind of fun for you. There are important topics, I think, and they can be fun to learn about. So from there, we'll kind of wrap up the course thinking about maybe some deeper textured kind of things in technical writing, like ethics, like authenticity, like generative AI and the future of technical writing. So that's kind of all mapped out there. Prerequisites, you should have taken E110. You probably had to in order to register, and we'll just be asynchronous is all that says. I'll do videos like this. There'll be three of them every week on YouTube, and they'll be linked to the Canvas site so you can just watch them and then get to the assignments and discussions. Learning outcomes, just some things I hope that you're able to do at the end of this course is define technical writing for yourself and talk about where it's going in the 21st century. Technical writing is one of those fields where the terms are never fixed in terms of definitions. There's always new things to say and new arguments to make. So that's why I'd really like you to start thinking about that on your own. We'll talk about the different kinds of technical writing that you'll encounter. There are ones that are for the workplace and for academia. But there are ones out there in daily life and just in public every day too. We'll talk about tailoring, recycling, and reusing technical writing. We'll talk about tech writing beyond its usual conceptualization. I've probably said tech writing like 12 times already, but you probably think about it as really cold, detached, scientific writing that requires a really particular kind of knowledge to understand. I want to break down that perception a little bit, and then help you, approach any kind of tech writing you'll do beyond this course with a creative kind of lens. Learning resources, we'll use this free textbook. I'm not going to make you read too much, but to save you some money, we'll just use this one that's free online through Open Oregon Educational Resources. Technology, I think you're all juniors and seniors enrolled in this course, but even if you're not, you probably are already familiar with all of this. We'll use Canvas for all the course stuff, the discussions, the assignments, the submissions, all of that. We'll use Zoom if you want, like I said, for office hours or student meetings. Because it's an asynchronous course, we don't have any required hours on Zoom, but again, you can schedule with me whenever you want. Just give me a couple hours heads up, or maybe a day's notice, something like that. ChatGPT we will use at the end. There's a note here that if you use it outside of the designated assignments, I just want you to document it. So you'll have a little bit of an extra submission to do if you're going to use generative AI. So please attend to this. If you don't, I'll put it down as academic dishonesty. I'm really not a strict professor, but please, if you're going to use generative AI, let me know and really read this section well. We'll use Canva. Yeah, technical writing involves a little bit of design. So yeah, we'll use Canva. It's the easiest one to use. It comes with templates and things like that that should make your assignments really quite easy. If you are comfortable with other design software, you're welcome to use it. But that'll be the easy one, and I'll put a couple assignments for Canva. Student hours already went over. Additional learning resources. I put down some information for the writing center there if you need it. So here's the learning assessment information, and this is where I wanted to spend a little extra time. I'm going to use a labor-based grading platform for this course. Cruz Medina and Kenneth Walker write that the use of a labor-based system is good for leveling biases and removing inequality in education. We also have only a 5-week course, so I think this will be a really fair way to do the assessments. So here's how it works. You basically get to select your own grade. If you want to get a C in this course, the only things you have to do are the discussion posts and the weekly assignments. And yeah, you'll earn yourself a C. If you want to get up to the B level, you have to do discussion posts, weekly assignments, and weekly rationales, which are basically just reflections. I'll go over them in just a minute. And then if you want to get the A tier in this course, you'll have to do all of those, the discussion posts, the assignments, the rationales, plus a final syllabus project, which I'll explain in a moment, but also we'll have a full video in the course for me to go over it. So all of the work in this course, I'm just going to grade for completion. However, completion does mean you followed the instructions and put in some effort, and it appears to be thought out and a product of planning, composition, and revision and indicative of an awareness of the themes of the course. So I'll put examples of complete work from previous courses on the Canvas site so you know what that looks like. But yeah, it's not just complete because you submitted something. It's complete because it looks like you really spent some time on it and submitted it. The only time I'll put a fail on one of your assignments is, yeah, if it's like disorganized, thrown together last minute, and out of sync with what's going on in the course. So again, completion means, yeah, more than just submitted. It means that you actually went through a process of making something really good. It also doesn't mean I'm not going to just put complete or incomplete. What I'll do is I'll put in a ton of feedback on your work, things for you to just think about in future submissions, and again, things for you to think about in terms of technical writing beyond the course. And so yeah, that doesn't mean there's not going to be feedback. It'll be pass fail is the grade, but then you'll get a ton of feedback based on my own background as a technical writer, as a researcher, and as a professor. So here are the deliverables we're talking about here for each week. The discussion posts. So again, I'll put up these videos. There'll probably be 3 a week. Each one only really 6 to 12 minutes and some readings that will also be pretty short. So watch the lectures, keep up with the reading, and then we'll have 3 discussion threads per week. Now, in each discussion thread, in order to get a complete grade, what you'll do is you'll post 1 conversation starter. You should do this by Friday of each week. And then your other 2 posts will be responding to classmates, and those will be due on Sunday of each week. So 3 discussion posts a week, 3 comments per post, with your first post being a conversation starter, and then your other 2 being responses. So I'll map that out on the discussion threads on Canvas as well, but not too difficult to understand. Then weekly assignments. Each week I'll have 2 assignments for you. They'll be usually producing some kind of technical writing or trying to find some kind of technical writing. Yeah, you'll complete them on Canvas, and they'll also be due on the end of Sunday every week. And then, so yeah, if you do those 2 every week, you'll get a C. Here's the thing we add on is the weekly rationales. These can kind of be really whatever you want. I just want you to reflect on what you learned throughout that week's assignments, lectures, and readings about technical writing. It can be about your own education too. I have some questions you can think about, but really, I just want to see that you're cognizant of the course and reflecting in interesting ways on what you're learning. These should be 1 page each. Let's do 1 single spaced page per rationale. And yeah, again, these are some questions to consider. Did you dislike the assignments? Why? But you can go any way with these. I just want to see that you're aware of what you're learning and how and why. And then lastly, we'll have a syllabus project in the end. During week two, we'll consider this word expertise, and we'll think about what expertises you have. And you can pick one of those expertises and compose your own syllabus for it. And so if you do all of those all together, that would be an A. If you do just these three, that's a B. And if you just do these two, that's a C. Um, but yeah, so I'll describe this more later on and also within the course. Here's a breakdown of the course calendar. It really just goes over what I said in the course overview. So again, you can read this, but everything will be nicely organized into modules week by week on Canvas. Um, you might have just heard a meow in the background. That is my cat Onyx. She will disrupt us at various inconvenient times throughout the semester. But yes, that's her, and she might even jump up on me. But here are some last things to think about. These are kind of the policies you see maybe on every syllabus. The course specific ones I'll go over really quick. We only have a 5 week course, so missing 1 week would be a really big deal. It's like 1/5 of the course the way missing 3 weeks during a regular semester would be. So you have to participate every week, and you have to complete every week's assignments to pass the course. So again, every week assignments plus discussions, that'll get you a C, that'll get you to pass. Late work is not really going to be accepted except in especially extraordinary circumstances because again, in 5 weeks, there's not really time to get behind. If you do, we're kind of in big trouble already. Um, yeah, you'll participate in online discussions. I mean, again, you're juniors and seniors, you already know this. But respect professional manner on the discussion boards. Um, any conduct violations, harassment, trolling, all that kind of stuff will go to the dean's office. So please just be respectful. Again, you'll notice I'm not overly strict and not overly formal, but please do respect each other and be, kind of uplifting and encouraging. Um, yeah, just so you know what to expect, here's kind of how my schedule looks on the back end. Pretty much every Monday through Wednesday, I'll be assessing your work. Like I said, putting in the pass/fail designations, leaving you a bunch of comments to think about. Then on Thursdays and Fridays, I'll really reflect on the direction of the discussions and the topics that seem most important to you. I'll prepare these lectures and I'll record them on Saturdays. So that's kind of that's how my week works on the back end. That's why it's so important that we be kind of on top of things and not submitting a lot of late work. This stuff is everything you should know. Attendance, you have to participate on the Canvas platform. It is online and asynchronous, but you have to be there. Communication, I'll use the Canvas inbox for big announcements, and otherwise you can email me anytime at my UDEL email there. If you have any other modes of communication you prefer, please reach out. I'm really adaptable. Mental health and well-being, that always comes first in work and in life and in learning. Here are a bunch of resources. If anything comes up, your checklist kind of first is to contact me and let me know that something's going on. And then we can go through these other options you have and make sure you get the kind of help you need. UD policies, like I said, I have the one academic integrity rule pretty much. Don't use ChatGPT without telling me. Don't plagiarize. Again, juniors and seniors, this should be known to you. Harassment and discrimination. Like I said, if anything goes on the discussion board you don't feel good about, here are some resources to reach out to and to get some support. Instances of sexual misconduct, again, don't get up to anything inappropriate on Canvas or messaging people, or else here's all the information you need to report that. Accommodations for students with disabilities. I hope I've made a course that's doesn't have many barriers to access, but I am committed if I have failed to help you with your ability or your disability, and so please address it with me first. And then again, we have the disability support services that we can go to as well. So just reach out if you have any disabilities. Again, non-discrimination. Hopefully, with our grading platform and with our discussion conduct rules, we won't see any kind of discrimination. But if you feel that you see anything out there, again, your best bet's usually to contact me first, and then we can go to these other offices as well who are here at the university. So that's the complete syllabus. I look forward to working with you, and yeah, just watch this video, and then I'll have two more for you this week where we'll think about what technical writing is and just defining it, and then some of the ways we see it out there every day in the world. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye, everyone.